Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Seagull here and welcome back to another video. So in this one we're going to open up with a fight against boss Martian Manhunter. The artifacts that I'm using are level 8 Sword of Sin, a level 8 Sword of Salvation, and for this fight specifically a level 8 Beta Club on Kyungfan Sakumen. So we have Martian Manhunter over here, and he's going to be one of my favorite characters that do class changes, because this is when the dudes that are making the game decided that how about we don't do that annoying animation where it staggers the enemy when he does a class change. Like, boy, if that was the thing, I can imagine hating the absolute living hell out of this, man. But since he doesn't do that, he's just chill. He doesn't throw out any meaningful interactions when he does the class changes, just numbers, and I love it this way. So yeah, we're going to kill him for that, I guess, but I do appreciate him. I do very much appreciate him, and would love if they would go back and change the animation for Reverse Flash as well in like Dawn of Apocalypse. That would be great, because it literally has the Brainiac animation and the Brainiac sound effect when he does the class change. Like, that's just dumb, my dudes. Yeah, back to this fight. We are already almost killing the dudes. We're at max stacks with King at this point, so we need to make sure that we leave him at 1 HP, because yet again, when you're using Beta Club plus King plus Raven, there might be some instances where the game thinks, oh, that's a lot of damage, this dude might be hacking, and is going to give you a little bit of an unusual gameplay treatment. But that's not gonna be the case if we're careful here. Okay, so at this point he's at 1 HP, because as I said, dot can't kill. You need to do something that's not dot damage. I mean, this dot specifically, the debuff type of dots. Not because, for example, Power Girl Special 1 is also dot but can kill. So we left King die there, and we didn't get unusual gameplay. That's great. We'll have a Manta here, do a little bit of a cleanup fight. It's a little bit out of order for this one. I actually don't remember why I put this fight over here right at the start, because considering how the fights went in this video, this should be like the last fight. But yeah, I have Manta here with the bare minimum that we can give him, that being Silver Bane and Silver Green Lantern. Silver Green Lantern was kind of pointless in this fight, to be honest, because our shield was depleting quick. And I know that my Silver Green Lantern is only 4 stars, not 5 stars, but even so, we would have depleted quite fast. But this dude is quite easy to combo interrupt, and I'm going to do a surprisingly good job at this, my dudes. Like, boy, when I saw the shield depleting so fast, I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna have the easy life anymore, I'll have to actually struggle, put an effort in their combo interrupt, but it went well. So this is the bare minimum you can give Manta. This is by far inferior to giving him a Just League Flash, giving him a classic Wonderman, but there was just an amount of damage here that allowed me to be able to have this luxury of keeping my other characters, possibly for next fights. Like, I might as well not even need any of the characters for next fights. I'm going to for sure need classic Wonderman as far as I remember, but other than that I don't think I'll need them for next fights. But yeah, that was cut that a little bit off. My bad there, it was 160 mil, if anybody's wondering, because that was cut a little bit fast. My bad there. So we have here Batman Who Laughs with Deathstroke and with Red Hood against Boss Power Girl. And we're going to do our best to get as much damage in there as we can. First up, we wanna, of course, trigger the Batman Who Laughs passive. And Power Girl is gonna be very annoying. Like, as much as I love her for her soul, I do hate fighting against her, because she's got some weird basic attack hits, she's got a weird jump attack, and she's got the special one that's gonna be constant dot damage. And as much as you see your health depleting, you also see your time depleting while that long ass animation is going on. So here we have Batman Blast. You see what I'm talking about? Annoying range animation, my dude? And she feels comfortable doing that from close to no range to you. And it staggers you and keeps her just that far away. Look at her. She's doing it again. Look at that. Boy, do I hate her when she does that, but I still do have very positive feelings about her overall. Special 2 in there from Deathstroke. We need to be careful, because like right now I have full gears on Deathstroke, so he's not gonna die from normal hits, but boy, Dot, he doesn't really like Dot that much, because we don't have resistances on him. Maybe I should put at some point, but yet again, this is Heroic 7. This is as bad as it's gonna get, and when it's below Heroic 7, I actually have trouble getting him killed to trigger the North Snow Globe interaction. So we get hit there. That's fine, we get the first clone in. Let's see how long this is going to survive. Re-engage the combo there. Create some distance with the swipe down, and I don't think I should have backed away there. Like, if I blocked that jump attack, I think I might have been able to do another second special, because I might have not been far away enough for her to feel comfortable to use her first special. Yeah, nevertheless, generating some power, getting some special 2s in there. And that's gonna be it for the second specials of Deathstroke. That's gonna be as far as you can go with that. When you see a lower value significantly lower than the others, you know it's the last one and he topped himself off. So now I'm trying to find an optimal scenario for the clone to get tagged in, but that optimal scenario is kind of slipping away because she doesn't want to use specials all the way until the clone gets tagged in, and that clone got one shot. So we're going to speed up the process here. A little bit of an underwhelming performance from Deathstroke and from the clones as well. And you might be like, oh, you lost so much damage on this fight. You are right about that one, but you're far more right than you might think. So we have Batman who left. He still had the 3 mil damage in there, so good we get that out of the way. But boy, and to think that in this one it was actually far unoptimal. We only got 2 second specials with Deathstroke, and still we got unusual gameplay on this one. Oh boy, like what I should have done after I messed up, I should have just left my characters to die, and maybe then we would have avoided unusual gameplay. But yeah, here I'm using Harley Quinn with EPI 3rd special over here to set up for stuns. The FGA gamer suggested that I do that, and he said that I might get more damage than from setting up stuns with Harley's 2nd special. And this is not a great way to verify this, because when I did my fight, when I did 1.3 billion damage with the League of Anarchy team, I was into a class advantage against a Might character, and here I'm against, not a Might character, against, I think, Metahuman. And over here I'm at a class disadvantage against a Might character, and while it doesn't matter that much, it does take away a little bit of the damage, but overall I still think that Harley is going to do better setting up the stun for herself. Because, like, you would do this because the stun is longer in theory, and it is a little bit longer, but best case scenario, we're getting like 2 more hits from that. It's also something about my EPI being level 80, being level 72, excuse me, so the 3rd special is not really quite at level 80, while Harley is at level 80, so her special 2 is level 80, so that's going to be very helpful to her in that regard. But yeah, I don't think it makes up the 2 basic attack hits in addition that I'm going to get from EPI. I don't think they make up for the tagging timer, though granted the special 2 of Harley is also quite time consuming. So let me know in the comments what you think, and if you have tested this out, how are you getting more damage out of this team specifically, because Joker is kind of a mandatory thing in there. We need to see that bad boy in there. But how do you get more damage, guys, from the EPI 3rd special stun setup, or from Harley setting up stuns for herself with her 2nd special? And I mean, this is a Sword of Salvation issue specifically, because if you don't have a Sword of Salvation, you kind of have to remove Joker and put Power Grid in there for cheaper specials, though I guess it's kind of the same scenario too. You can go for either. Okay, so here we have Mr. Freeze. I'm testing out to see how far my Mr. Freeze can go, and to see how much damage he can do if we give him Brainiac. And yeah, usually, as I said, I put my Brainiac in the Batman Ninja team and use Grods to get a clean one-shot on a target, because we're more than able to do that with that team. And the 3-star Mr. Freeze is going to be a solo. I mean, not really solo, he's still going to get Classic Wonder Woman for the most part, and some useful stuff. We're not forgetting my man here. He's still going to be in the top teams, okay? He's just not getting the juicy Brainiac support. But I wanted to give him that here to see how it goes, because like the top players out there, the top people, the people with maxed out Mr. Freeze, they're kind of doing that. I mean, not necessarily maxed out, but higher than 3 stars at the very least are doing that, and they are able to constantly one-shot fights at max health at like 1.9 billion health. And there's a few things that don't go in his favor. I mean, the passive stats from the artifacts I think are high enough to not care that much anymore. Though yet again, you'll get far more if you get like a level 10 Chakra and a level 10 Trigon, not the swords, because they actually do give less passive stats than the other 2 things. But yeah, 3-star Mr. Freeze, so far lower level passive, and at the same time 4-star Classic Wonder Woman, so we're not getting any crit damage out. I mean, we're getting some crit damage, but not anywhere close to the max performance of crit damage from that. So all those things piled up, it's gonna be a little bit of an underwhelming performance. Like, I was expecting him to do a little bit more. Like, 15 mil dot damage is not something to laugh at. 4.2 was something that I was getting previously without Brainiac, and you can see that. That's gonna be the active value when I don't hit a lethal in there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to Grodd plus Brainiac. It was a fun test, don't get me wrong. It was something that I was curious myself about to see how far that would go. But after this one, we're going to back to Grodd Brainiac. And yeah, if I get my Mr. Freeze to a higher star rating, I guess we could do this, and it could be a reliable strategy. But at this point, just not worth it. And we're going to wrap this one up with a fight of Batman Ninja Team, because yet again, since I use Mr. Freeze with Brainiac, we're going to go back to good old Catwoman and see how far she can go, how much dot damage she can get. And like, the values that I got here were quite interesting, because it's kind of half the dot we were dealing with Brainiac Grodd. Like, Brainiac Grodd was going all the way up to 24 mil, so a little bit more than double. Like, Mr. Freeze gets far more than double, but the problem is that the base dot that he deals is far less than that, if that makes any sense. But yeah, with that being said, this is going to be a pretty straightforward fight, unless I mess up the combo interruption again. We're going to look for high dot values. We're going to spam third special to keep up our lethal attack chance, and second special to keep up our lethal attack damage. With that being said, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, dislike it if you dislike it, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!
This is the future.